I would like to welcome you all for the Istanbul Aydın University Blockchain Academy Blockchain Talks. And our today's guest is from Sapienza University and Miss Elena Vitelaru. And the subject of her talk will be fractional autonomous vehicle ownership with blockchain asset tokenization. So, Elena, we are very keen and impatient to listen to your views. Welcome.
Thank you. Thank you very much for having me. It's really a pleasure to talk to you today about what I'm doing for my PhD here in Italy at Sapienza University. So I will directly share my screen. Let's see. Okay. Can you see it? Can you confirm that you're seeing it?
Thank you very much.
Okay, it's visible, right?
Yeah.
So as I said, today we're going to discuss about the topic that I am focusing on during my PhD, which is about distributed urban mobility system. And this means that I'm trying to understand how blockchain technology, given all the possibilities that it offers in various industries, how does it relate and what possibilities, what potential it has for the sector of automotive production and transportation. So basically, the argument of the research is how we can maybe transition from the paradigm that we have privately owned vehicles that are completely owned by just one person to a vehicle that is that is owned and shared at its time with more people. So we are talking about fractional vehicle ownership with blockchain asset tokenization, because tokenization is the key part in allowing us to have this ownership that is split of the vehicle. So the research argument, as I said, is focused on sharing vehicles. And when I was researching about is used in the supply chain side, because with the increased transparency and all the actors, all the stakeholders that have to share the data and have to have the same access to all the supply chain transparency and data, I saw that that part was highly being used. On the other side, when I was looking at how we can change the paradigm of vehicle ownership, I saw that we still don't have any, let's just say, decentralized applications that offer us the possibility of buying just a fractional part of a vehicle. So basically, if you have a full vehicle that you decide to buy with, let's just say, a few people, 5-6 people, or maybe 2, maybe 3, you each put your share of the money and then you buy the car together. And basically, when using that car as a taxi, or imagine having a fleet of vehicles that it's like normal cars or maybe autonomous cars, then the revenue that derives from those rides will automatically be distributed to you by a smart contract. So basically, that's the theme of the research. And the solution that I've been working on is like it's a proof of concept based on this concept of fractional vehicle ownership. And to do that, we thought of the car as being a non-fungible token, but we are using the new standard, which is the ERC 1155, because we want to take the non-fungibility of the token, but also to be able to split it according to the shares and the tokens that we need. And as I said, and I will show you at the end, the solution can be used in various scenarios. If you have maybe large car sharing fleets, or maybe autonomous vehicles that have a predefined road that they take rides on, or maybe just general taxi services. And as I said, a few people can buy the car together, and then the rides that generate revenue will then determine the revenue to be split to all the people that own the car. The key concepts that I want to talk about and that are essential for understanding the concept of my research is that blockchain is the most important part of it. We have the definition in here, so it means that it is a database that is unchangeable, shared, and immutable, because it's really important to still keep track of the ownership and of the steps that have succeeded in the life of the vehicle. Then security and decentralization, again, as the most important characteristics of blockchain. On the other side, tokenization is the process to which we take a physical or non-physical asset, and we create a digital token that represents precisely that asset. As we said, tokenization has been highly used in the art sector. I saw that fractionalized ownership in the art industry is really getting a lot of attention, and for sure it's a way more developed than what we're gonna see in the automotive industry. As for the types of the tokens, we have the two fundamental categories, which are fungible tokens, which we know that they are used as currencies, and they can be exchanged. So one Bitcoin for one Bitcoin, $1 for $1. And then non-fungible tokens, which are the kind of tokens that we are using for this research, and they represent the proof of ownership that cannot be changed or replicated or falsified. So it's unique, and it proves that the person has really the ownership of the asset. As for what use the non-fungible tokens have in the automotive industry, we have huge names that are already experimenting not only with blockchain, because as I said, on the supply chain side, it is used even more. But with NFTs, they are working. They are working on releasing NFTs for brand campaigns, for fan-based campaigns, for proof of ownership or vehicle data. So, for example, as you can see, Lamborghini first released an NFT this year. I think that at the beginning of the year, and it basically has like a Lamborghini car breaking into the space, and it's the car shows like tiny pieces of it. It was a huge collaboration with a major artist. Then Nissan Canada had a very interesting use case in which they auctioned an NFT, and then in the end they said that it really comes with a real car, so they also offered that one. Ferrari will provide the fans with access to exclusive digital content to NFTs as well. So that is a project that is ongoing. And then, as I said, for vehicle data in 2022, Alfa Romeo announced that if the owner agrees, the car will have a digital certificate that will record all the vehicle data. There are other very important names that are active in the non-fungible token use cases. Mercedes is one of them, Renault is one of them. So basically they are, BMW again is working on something similar. So there are many important names in the industry that are putting attention into how NFTs can be used. For the methodology, the types of data that I use are qualitative as necessary, so literature review and case studies. And the quantitative part was done in 2021. I conducted a survey based on that in that year on autonomous vehicles, and this year is going to be on how users, or maybe how people have the interest, how high is the interest of buying a normal car that has to belong to several people. So this year I will conduct next month a new survey to see if the opinions changed, whether it is a driverless vehicle or the one that must have a driver as well. And the results, as you can see below, the responses have been from over 20 countries, almost 200 responders, and 61 of the participants were likely to be interested in owning a fraction of such a vehicle if that vehicle will generate revenue from the rides. When asked whether they will give up their this, or maybe just to take rides in a car that is owned by several other people, so it does not belong entirely to them, the responses were negative. So less than 50% agreed that they will give up their personal car. But when put faced with this situation that you could get revenues from a fraction of the car that you're owning, most of them were very interested in the solution. For the technical architecture, as I thought of it, first we have the vehicle that can have a node as well, can be a node. It has its own wallet address and it has a smart contract. So the vehicle is minted as an NFT. For the sake of the research, I just put it worth 100 tokens. This vehicle it has initially one owner, and then that owner has 100% ownership rights of the vehicle. Then he's selling the token shares, as you can see. In this case, I simulated 50% ownership for the initial owner, and then 25 and 25 for the two other owners. And basically, so this vehicle is owned by 3 people. It has the contract where it says that it's owned by 3 people and how they split the shares. The vehicle is executing rides in car sharing modality. If you're thinking at maybe let's just say driverless car, and that has a predefined route, let's just say at the airport to the city center, and that car is like making rides without requesting a driver, or maybe even just a taxi that already has a driver. And then the rides are generating revenue, which is the payments are done using Ether. The user pays directly with its wallet when he's renting the car for the ride, and then the smart contract of the car stores all the transactions, and maybe at the end of the month, or it can be after every transaction, it automatically distributes the money from the ride to its owners. The proof of concept, as we said before, the first you mint the car, so 100 tokens are created automatically. Then we have the options to buy the shares. So basically, the owner, the main owner, is selling the shares. In the image above, in the point 3, we can see that we have already in here, we can see we have the share split. This is the first owner, the second, and the third. And here we have 25%, and 50% of the shares. So the shares are already bought by these 3 addresses. And then when the user books a ride, as I said, the payment goes directly to the wallet addresses. And here we will see that they initially had 100 ethers, and then they paid to buy the car, and then the ride from the revenue from the ride automatically went to their wallets. In order to make everything more understandable and to really push forward this research, I also created a front-end interface. So it's actually decentralized application where, as I said, the user can mint its own non-fungible token, then can sell fractions of it, so allowing other people to buy parts of its car, and also allows passengers to take rides. And as we said, the car is on sale. Then you can book a ride. You just insert the kilometers that you want to ride for, or maybe you just insert, if it's a predefined destination, you just insert the starting point, and then in here you can upload the car details to transform your car into a non-fungible token. As for the applications and future work, the application can be many if we are thinking also in the context of the smart cities of the future, where the private and maybe individual ownership of a vehicle is gonna, the paradigm is gonna change. This proof of concept can be applied to several scenarios. It can be private or business-owned vehicles, can be one or they can be several. Autonomous vehicles, I think it's the one that can generate more revenue on the long term, because imagine that there is a fleet of 10 driverless vehicles, and then you own shares in all of them, and basically you are just creating a new revenue source for you. And then car sharing of different size fleets, whether small, whether large, around the cities. So it really depends. Or as I said, bigger fleets of taxis or just a personal one. As for the future work that needs to be done in this sector, it is definitely necessary at the European level to have a clear regulatory framework for tokenized assets, because it's still not very clear what the law is saying with regard to that. I saw there are some cases with real estate that have been successful in Portugal, and also Liechtenstein is very active on regulating this industry. So let's hope that in the future, also at European level, it will be very clear what the guidelines are. And then further research is needed to assess the potential that blockchain has for urban mobility, because we are thinking in the industry 4.0, and then with all the Internet of Things, the sensors, that everything needs to be connected. Each car has to talk with the environment around it. So again, blockchain could really revolutionize how we are doing that, and also allowing for microtransactions if the car has to pay the insurance, go to the mechanic, or maybe just pay for the toll ride. So there are really a lot of possibilities for blockchain in there as well. And also redefining new mobility models, as we're saying, because this fractional ownership of a vehicle is really a new mobility model. It's really something that changes our relationship with the vehicle, from having it personal and just consider it like full ownership and it belongs to us and we have full control, to making it maybe as a form of investment, where you really on the long term are to not only recover the investment, the initial investment that you did, but also gain something more. So basically that was the argument of the research. And in here, let me see if I have it open. Exactly. So this is what I was saying. This is the front end interface, and in here, if you want to sell a car, as I said, we are not on the main network. We are on the Goerli network. So it's everything in testnet now. So you just upload your car image, or you drop it. You just insert the name, the speed if you want, and then the price that you want to sell it for. And basically, we upload the car and create the NFT. We mint the NFT. Here, if you want to see which cars are on sale, at the moment it's just one, because as I said, it's just a proof of concept. So here you should see all the cars that are on share and then how much it is per share. And then if you would like to buy it, you just insert the number of shares that you want to buy, you click finish, and then it means that the smart contract will record that you are owning that amount of shares. For example, this car has only available a number of 50 shares that can be bought. And then if the user, I could have developed this into an app, but maybe for a later stage. So if the user wants to book a car for a ride, let's just say just book, and then again you insert how many kilometers you are riding for, and then you finish. And of course there is all the discussion with how the user will unlock the car, but that can be done again maybe through an unlocking NFT, or maybe just directly with your own wallet. So there are several possibilities that we can talk about on that one as well. So that's it. I hope you found it interesting, and I hope you liked it.
I can say it is excellent.
Thank you.
We are very happy to listen to you. And one of the participants, Miss Hülya, already said it is visionary application, and she said good luck and wishes on your PhD project.
Thank you.
So it means that the participants are also very much impressed by your presentation. I think it is a new fashion, because you also talk about NFT. I think the fractional ownership on blockchain will grow, because the same as you said on the subject of NFT, because of the high price, the fractional ownership is getting more interesting. The same for the cars, and I think that will be also a new vision for rent-a-car companies, the big ones, because we see already in the market, not on blockchain, but this scooter renting, because the people are renting per hour and they pay with credit card. But to control it, it's very good to mostly to find a place on blockchain where it is left. We are very happy to hear the new ideas, because our university, Istanbul Aydın University Blockchain Academy, is also the first blockchain academy which is approved, I would say, by the government, by the regulator of the universities here. Mm-hmm. So we are happy to have you as our guest speaker, and we hope in the future we would like to hear also new ideas. I think it will be not the last one from your side. No. Understood. Thank you very much. I will ask to participants whether there is any question they want to ask to you. As far as I see, everything is well understood and well appreciated. Elena, I wish also good luck to you on the PhD project, and we are very happy for your participation. And when our team in Blockchain Academy at Istanbul Aydın University made everything ready with the recording, I will share also the recording with you as a memory, and it's a first step on your, I believe, on your successes in the future. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, teşekkürler. And I hope we will collaborate in the future for any project that you feel that I can bring relevant experience to it. And I thank you again for inviting me for the talk.
Keep in touch.
Thank you. Have a good day.
All the best. Take care.
All the best to you too. Ciao, ciao. Have a good day.
Thank you.
Ciao, ciao.